Hello everyone, home. I wanted to do another video follow-up on the cost of this trip going to Vermont and up to Maine from here in Aurora, Colorado, which is just a burb of better half of Denver. That may be negotiable, but I like it here. This trip was 7,403 miles and took 49 days. 49, I'm pretty sure 49 days. I have a typo on this sheet that I did up. I'm going to include an attachment, I hope, a screenshot of this expense overview for you. So this trip, it actually was a little bit below $100 a day. And the other trip, the last one I did for you, was when we went on our trip to Voyager National Park up in Minnesota and back. That one was 4,818 miles, 38 days. And the differences aren't that big if I look at it. Ever since I had the cataract surgery, I can see distance just great, but I have to have reading glasses for up close. So let's go with that. All right, pardon it. I've got all kinds of these, but they're at the dollar store for $1. 1.25, and I got them all over the house, the truck, the car, the camper. I get them in the garage, my toolbox. At that price, you can't pass it up. So again, gas is the most expensive thing when you're traveling that far. And as I mentioned before, that Nissan 2012 V8 Titan gets about 10 miles to the gallon, no matter what I do when we're traveling and hauling the camper. And when I'm on the road, disconnected from it, I'm getting 22 miles per gallon on the road. And in the city, probably around 15, 18 miles to the gallon. I'm not a speedy driver. I drive the speed limit, drive people crazy, or just a little over. I keep to the right so people can pass. I'll slow down and let people pass me on highways. I'll wave them or pull over a little bit and slow down so they can go around me, especially truckers, because that's their living and time is money to them. So I make it a point to not back up traffic, and I'll get off and get over. So the gas was, again, the most expensive thing coming in, let's see, at $38 a day. And when you put that many miles on, you're going to fill up a lot. So there's no two ways about it. We left on Thursday, on September 14th. And part of this trip, the reason I like that we went on it at this time was it's basically off season. Kids are back in school. I did not make one reservation at any campground except for Lazy Lions in Vermont, because we were going to stay there 4 days. And I made that reservation 2 days out because we didn't know when we'd show up for sure. We just kind of did whatever we wanted, stayed as long as we wanted in a spot, or if there was nothing to see, we boogied on a little further. So we did stay in some Walmarts, and of course that, when you're dry camping, that's going to reduce your cost, your camping costs. So that ran about, let's see, averaged out to $23.23 a day. So not bad. And we could have lowered that by staying in more Walmarts and that kind of thing. The attractions and entrance fees, we didn't go to as many chargeable places this time, and we were able to take more advantage of our senior discounts and the what is that called? It's a pass, senior pass, Aspen Leaf, I want to say, you know what I mean. That got us into several things free. So do get one of those if you're eligible to sign up for that. Oh, fudge, hold on. Let me go get the card just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I got it here. It's called a senior pass. And This is America the Beautiful, the National Parks and Federal Recreation Lands Pass. It's a lifetime sign up for it. I think we paid $40, maybe less, for an annual pass, and you have to get one for each of you, because when you go in, we found out at one place we needed 2 of these, one for me and one for Linda, and so we got 2 passes, and they just recently went up to, I think, $80, but it is well worth it. It will pay for itself very, very quickly. Be sure you carry that around with you. In fact, when Linda didn't want to carry her purse, I would put hers in my wallet and carry it. So that will save you a great deal of money. So our expense for attractions and entrance fees was way lower than other places. We still managed to spend a good amount of money on gifts and souvenirs, though. But those include Linda's passport book, when she would get stamps for the passport book. If you ladies or gentlemen out there are doing that, those aren't always real cheap, but gotta have them. So when they didn't have a picture of it to put into the book, by the way, just take a photograph or take a brochure and just cut out a little picture of it. If you look around, stick that in the book so you have the stamp and a little picture, because not all parks do have the little pictures that go inside your passport book. Then eating out, we did way better this time on eating out. Let's see, we spent an average of $6.98 a day, and the last time it was $11. I didn't do necessarily a lot more cooking, but we didn't eat as healthy. Probably hit McDonald's more than we should. But we didn't go out to any fancy restaurants or anything like that. And that's going to cut down on your expenses, obviously, if you can go ahead and make your own food. I stocked that fridge and freezer up to the hilt when we left. And when I got home, I still had not used everything in the freezer, so I could have done better on that. But anyway, so just a tip to the wise. So our grocery costs, our food costs for replenishing mostly perishables, things like that, the actual food didn't include drinks, was $5.48 a day. So the total cost on that was $268 for groceries. Now drinks, which would be beer, I had to get vodka a couple of times, and Smirnoff Ice, a little bit of stuff like that. So alcoholic beverages to $2.74 a day. That's not bad, you know. I like that. I like that. So I spent $134 on that. The trailer and truck equipment that you'll see on here would have been just minor repair stuff, or maybe something to, I don't even remember what they were, to be honest with you, but I categorized them that way. That might have been like trailer supplies. What would I have gotten? It was $82, so it wasn't that much money. Pretty well got that thing stocked out now. Personal would be, smell good, toilet paper, or toothpaste, and stuff like that. So that's pretty minor. So the trip total was $98.35 a day. So the total cost of the trip was $4,818. Now, if you followed our trip, you also noticed that we had a breakdown. I did not include that in here because the right front wheel came off on the truck, and that was in Illinois. And you'll see there's a video of that. And so I had to have that towed and the right front tire put on. Fortunately, we weren't carrying the camper at the time. And then I had a flat tire. So, God, flat tire on that Nissan is a bear. So once I figured out how to get it off underneath the truck, I put it in the bed of the truck from now on. That's where it's going to live. I'm not doing that again. That thing is heavy. So the the truck repairs came out to $509, and I got those reimbursed, or some of it reimbursed by the mechanics that did the wheel work on the truck before we left, because they didn't tighten up that right front wheel. So he reimbursed me for that cost, and the emergency brake wasn't hooked up. So once we got to Vermont, I figured I could make it that far just using the parking brake, or using the park in the gear. So we never were in danger of rolling anywhere. So I got that fixed up when I was there, and then he reimbursed me for that cost because they should have hooked it up. So overall, the costs weren't too bad, but we're still hovering right around $100 a day on trips. Now, we're not real adventurous. We don't go out and do a lot of boondocking or dry camping a lot. Linda likes her electricity. So she likes to be able to dry her hair in the morning, so we can shower anytime we want. That's not the problem. We have plenty of hot water. We have electricity to run most everything, and we can't run a hair dryer. Now I carry a generator with me. I could have pulled it out. I told her I'd take it out, hook it up, nothing flat if you want to dry your hair, but no. So she likes her electricity, and I don't blame her. It's better. So we did stay a little more in campgrounds than we could have. So I hope that gives you an overview again. We're still hovering around $100 a day. This one, like I said, was $98.56. It'll specifically $98.35. And so our previous trips were at 107, 106, and 101. So we dropped down below that. We could cut that down quite a bit. The campgrounds weren't terribly expensive. They were okay for the dollars that we got. We go usually for the minimal type. Water and electric is fine if I can dump on the way out. That's great, because I kept it dumped quite a bit. And also carrying fresh water. That makes a difference on your gas mileage too, folks. So if you're going to, I've seen reviews from Long Long Honeymoon where they say they'll either carry their water fully loaded or empty, and not in between because of the sloshing that happens in trailer sway. I've never noticed that to be a problem. I'll go anywhere from empty to full. I like having about a quarter of a tank of water in my freshwater tank, so we can pull over, use the toilet, or wash our hands, whatever. Even take a shower. It's a 6-gallon hot water heater, so it doesn't require a lot of water to be in the tank. And then, of course, I carry extra water just in case in a big jug in the truck. So that's going to make a difference in your gas mileage. So the overall trip was great. I'm going to do some other reviews. Had a couple of questions about how did the camper perform. 49 days this time. So we went from hot to cold, and so I'll go over those things in detail. And then there were a few other things, likes and dislikes. So I'll be making a few more short videos. This one's a little longer than I wanted, but this is important stuff for you to know what it's going to cost you when you get out there. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, questions, please leave them for me. I will get back to you for sure, because I don't have a billion subscribers. So I'll try to fill you in on anything that you might have a question on. Okay? Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.